Holy shit. Christian McCaffrey just got traded to the San Francisco 49ers for undisclosed draft picks. I don't know the details yet. I believe that we will find out those details very, very quickly. I couldn't make a thumbnail and anything quick enough to get on here to see what the heck is going on. I was low key just watching the Arizona Cardinals game. I get some texts from some friends and they're like, bro, are you kidding me? Christian McCaffrey? It's a second rounder in 2023. All right, you guys are breaking news for me. I wanted to get your thoughts. I don't know if you see it, but there's a link in the description where you guys can call in, give your thoughts. In fact, I'm going to add it. I'm going to pin it to the chat for y'all. Really, I just opened this up because this is something to be celebrated as 49er fans. This is San Francisco doing something they have not done really in a while. I mean, since 2019, and even then it was a little bit different, but this is an all-in move, 100%. We can talk about whether we agree with it, whether we disagree with it. I've got to get everybody's thoughts on this. Let me make sure that I pin this to the chat for y'all so that you guys can come in and call in and give your thoughts. This is absolutely crazy. Christian McCaffrey is a San Francisco 49er. I was talking with Sunil about this on Tuesday, I believe, and that was his big move. That's what he wanted the San Francisco 49ers to do, was go out, get Christian McCaffrey, and he felt like that was the move to make so that this offense would no longer be stagnant. I didn't think that the offense would necessarily be fixed with a Christian McCaffrey, but it doesn't hurt by any means. I wanted them to double down, go get guys on the defense, but I'm not mad at a move at getting Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is a top-notch running back in the NFL, and the 49ers now have him. How do they use him? What does that look like when Mitchell comes back? There's so many thoughts that are going into this. I'm curious to see how this whole thing plays out. I really am. Let me copy this link. I will pin it to the top of the chat for y'all so that you guys can call in. Hold on a second. Call link. Here we go. Let me pin it for you. Boom. Pinned to the top of the chat is the call link. You guys can call in and give your thoughts. I know there's a lot of mixed emotions here, and it sounds like the 49ers gave up an awful lot. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I've got Hadiz waiting. We're going to bring him on. And like I said, pinned to the top of the chat is a link for y'all to get on. Hadiz, let's see if my headset's working here. I was having a little issue with it earlier. Hopefully I can hear you, no problem. What's up, Hadiz?
Hey, Jesse, is the mic working?
I got you. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Dude,
Wow.
how are you feeling? Christian McCaffrey is a San Francisco 49er right now. How wild is this?
I heard the rumors, right? And I thought they were trying to bargain up the price
Mhm.
for the Rams to go get him or another team to go get him. But it looks like McCaffrey is now a Niner, and how are they going to use him is my first topic, because I was 5 seconds away to going to bed. I was like sleeping. I was like,
I was
damn,
too.
this
Bro, I
Cardinals game
was
is
getting
boring
ready
as
to go to
shit.
bed. Yes.
And I saw Adam Schefter tweet it. I was like, what? No way. What did we trade? I hope it's not a first round pick because we ain't got none. I hope it's not a second or a player. And then I'm looking at it. It's a second, third, fourth, and I believe a fifth.
So what I'm understanding, I'm literally going off what the chat's telling me, because when I saw it as I started making the thumbnail and getting everything ready, I didn't know any picks. From what I understand, it's a second, third, and fourth this year and a fifth the year following. Anybody in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong. I would love to know exactly what it is. The 49ers do have multiple comp picks in the third round, so they're going to have something. But man, Christian McCaffrey is a 49. This is crazy. The things you can do if Kyle does this right, the things that you can do with a Debo Samuel and a Christian McCaffrey on the field together. Oh
It's
my
crazy.
gosh, it's
It's
wild.
crazy. But the number one concern is his injury history, and I hate to bring it up now and be negative because it is a really good get. But he's also paid $15 million, and it's a little bit of a expensive pickup. Now we have to look on how we're going to use him because this Sunday is he going to get the starting lineup, and is how much of the offense will he know heading into this game? Because this makes this Sunday really
He
important
won't play
because if we
Sunday.
can,
I'm
he won't
telling
play
you, right,
Sunday.
he's not playing Sunday.
That would make
It's
sense.
already Thursday night. He's gonna have to fly out. He's not gonna have a he. I would be shocked if Christian McCaffrey plays on Sunday. What this does do though, is it gives you a week to implement him. They
Yeah.
are making sure that they're winning that Rams game because that's the
Yo,
division
no.
game.
Yeah, it's a really important game. But I like to go back to the what we gave for McCaffrey. If I'm going to ask you this question, is it too much or is it too little? Where do you think? How much do you think the Niners give? Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
I mean, what's Les Need say for the Rams? Fuck them picks. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
fuck
mean,
them picks.
you don't know what the picks are. You don't know what
Yeah.
you're gonna get. That's where we're
Oh
at
yeah,
with it.
completely agree.
You don't know what you're gonna get with those picks. Let's look at their picks. Who'd they take this year? Second round pick they took Drake Jackson. Third round they took
Third round, Danny
TDP.
Gray.
Which, by the
Oh
way,
yeah.
I mean, are you just admitting that you don't know how to draft running backs and you're wasting these third round picks because
This
you
is
drafted,
devastating for the running back core. Yeah.
bro? You drafted a running back in round 3. I totally understand. Christian McCaffrey is. I mean, we're talking a top when fully healthy and cooking. I mean, this is still a top 3-4 running back in the NFL, 5 at worst. So I understand that, but you've drafted running back 2 years in a row. That's kind of a crazy thing, and you just punted on both of them. So basically, what I'm saying is a third round pick, you've essentially thrown in the garbage 2 years in a row, anyways. So that's
They're
one.
not going to let go of McCaffrey. Yeah, I see where you're coming from with
Yeah,
that.
and
But
what basically you're not necessarily gonna get anything with those picks. There's no guarantees. Christian McCaffrey's a
yeah,
guarantee, and I know people want to talk about the injuries. If you look at his history, he was completely healthy the first, I think, 3 seasons. Then they started using him a million times a game, turned him into the only part of their offense that could do anything. And that right there is when he started to get injured. So to me, I don't necessarily think he's injury prone. Now that they've tapered back his usage a little bit, guess what? He's been healthy again.
I just on the terms of what is going to happen to this running back locker room
Mm.
is really important because now I don't know if it's a huge middle finger to Jeff Wilson Jr. and the rest of the guys saying, "Hey, we can't get much production. We're going to go out and get somebody huge," right? But I like to point out what is this meaning for Elijah Mitchell when he comes back out of IR? Because he's most likely the second down back, right?
I mean, the thing is you can play them together. I mean, imagine the things that you can do. Let's also not forget, this is not just a 1 year move. Christian McCaffrey is under contract for the next few years. Can you imagine having a McCaffrey, a Trey Lance, a Debo Samuel, and Elijah Mitchell on the field at the same time? Who's getting the ball? The things that
It's
you
going to be
can do
really
with
spread
that,
out.
it's absolutely crazy. So he's a slot receiver. If he just played slot receiver, he might be a top 5 slot receiver in the league. Just as a pure receiver, Christian McCaffrey. That's how good this kid is as a pass catcher.
Oh man, I'm just questioning. It doesn't look like he might play this Sunday, and if he does, he gets limited reps. But
Yeah,
they are looking to win the division this year, picking up Christian McCaffrey. I
1000%.
just hope they don't bully him in giving him like 20 to 30 rushes a game because that would indefinitely get him injured because
No,
of his injury
I
history.
don't. I really don't foresee that. I don't foresee that. I really don't. So, dude, this is a huge move. I got to get on to some more calls. I got 5 or 6 people waiting. So I'm going to get on
Yeah.
to Iceman. I appreciate you, Adiz. Second time talking
Thank you so
tonight. I
much,
didn't
Jesse.
expect that to
Yeah,
happen.
I woke up, look at this, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna jump on and talk about it. But thanks so much for the time, Jesse.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
enjoy the rest of your night.
You too, man. You too. What's up, George? I see you in the backstage. Let me get through these super chats, then I'll get to Iceman, George, Anush, Mike, Eric Schultz, official B&A Music. Oh my God, you guys are piling up. I want to get to all of you. I'm gonna keep it brief though. It's already midnight here, so I want to give all you the respect, but I might have to go to a short timer. All right, Manny says, what are defenses going to do when they see Debo and CMC lined up in the backfield? Endless possibilities. Yeah, I just talked about it. I completely agree with you. And again, this is not just a 1-year play. This is the next few years. You've got Elijah Mitchell and McCaffrey, Trey Lance, Debo, Ayuk. They got some weapons. California Bear says all those picks clearly show us that this is the only move we will be making before the deadline. That's fine. I mean, I don't know what else was out there. Again, I would have preferred to beef up the defensive line. I wanted Deron Payne, but I don't know if he's available. I don't know what it would have taken to get him. I don't. There's always rumors, but we never know what's available. We still don't have a QB. Not so fast, my friend. Like I said, this is not just a 1-year play. Matthew Sanders says, so excited. Gonna get a pick back for Jimmy. Don't be surprised if they parted out like Kittle or Ayuk in the defense study. Yeah, they might. I mean, they might start parting out some of these players. We'll see. But geez, crazy. All right, Iceman, I'm going to bring you in. What's up, brother?
What's good, man? It's been a while.
It's been a while. It has been a while. How you been?
Not gonna lie, my baseball team won tonight. Fuck the Yankees, whatever. And I'm sitting there, Niners get Christian McCaffrey. I said, "Holy shit!" Like fuck them picks. Because I've been so tired of the Niners were so close. The Niners were so close, but the Rams made that last push. I'm like, Sean McVay, you pissed off Shanahan. Here we go. And people are like, oh, what about his contract? It's terrible. You really think McCaffrey's going to want to leave San Francisco, where he's from? We restructure it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. You're not locked into everything all in. Plus, what happens is when a player gets traded, the signing bonus gets eaten a lot by that team.
Right.
That's where the penalties come in. So really, I'm curious to see how it plays out. I'll have to do some research and I'll get that to y'all. But I bet you the salary is not as bad as what people think, especially with the cap going way up.
I was reading it was like $646,000. I was like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, for this year they're not going to pay a lot, but going forward, he's locked in. He's in a long-term contract that's pretty big.
And of course, it's the Rams that are just trying to get that one dude. Eventually, it's going to bite him in the ass. And this year, I don't think the Rams make the playoffs.
I don't think so either. They're definitely not pacing for it. And the Cardinals, now that they got Hopkins back, look like a completely different team.
I cannot wait to see Week 8 McCaffrey scoring a touchdown on him and Jalen Ramsey throwing a hissy fit.
It's coming. It's coming. They're gonna beat the Rams. That's the most important thing. They can lose this weekend. I don't expect. It's too late. McCaffrey's not playing this weekend. I would be shocked if he suits up this weekend. But the weekend after, he will be playing against the Rams, and it's nice to finally pull the Rams on the Rams.
Let me give you this vision. Imagine the Niners have Trey Lance at quarterback, McCaffrey at running back, Elijah Mitchell next to him, George Kittle at tight end, Debo on one side, Ayuk on the other, and then you got Danny Gray on the outside going speedburner. I'm sorry. That's better than the Chiefs, weapons-wise.
It's a lot of weapons, man. That's some of the best weapons in the league, no doubt about it. Iceman, I got to get on to the next one, brother. I got people piling up at this point.
Hey, fuck them picks. Let's go beat the Chiefs and fuck the Rams. Let's go.
Have a good one, bro. Oh, my gosh. All right. Al A says Carolina got 2023 second, third, fourth, and a 2024 fifth. Let's go. Can't wait to have CMC lined up with Lance. Niners in win now mode. Here's the one thing. Whether you agree or you disagree with this move, one thing this does do is creates excitement in the fan base. There is no doubt about that. Everybody here is excited. I don't care who you are. You may not agree with it in right now that you've kind of rationalized and maybe had a minute. I guarantee you when you got that notification through ESPN or Twitter or whatever it is that is on your phone, I guarantee when you saw that, you looked at it and you were like, let's effing go. I guarantee you were excited. And don't say you weren't, because if you do, you're a liar. Double B Studio says CMC will have to sit a year. He don't know the playbook. Just kidding. Also, Jeff Wilson Jr. fumble is why Kyle wanted CMC. I'm excited for what is to come. EM is also cheap, healthy. This running back room is fire. Double B Studio Bleacher Report said the Niners beat the Rams to get CMC. Of course it was the Rams. Why wouldn't it be the Rams? Golly. Let's see. Have to block this adult idiot here real quick. And we'll be good to go. Okay. Abu says, I don't see a running back being the move to win the championship. If this is a one-year play, it's not enough. Beyond 1 year, we can build through the draft. I disagree. It's not a one-year play. It's certainly not. He's under contract for a while. George, what's up, man?
Do you hear me?
I can hear you barely. You're quiet. It's all right. Go ahead, talk. I can turn you up.
Okay. I mean, now I can finally tell you
Your mic's messed up, bud. It's cutting in and out. Leave the studio and come back. I'm going to go to Anush real quick. What's up, Anush?
Hey, Jesse, what's up?
How you doing?
Doing good. First of all, I just want to say I'm like a huge fan of the show. I watch you and Grant every weekend or every week when I'm putting out the trash. So it's great. Thanks for the entertainment. I just had a couple thoughts though about this whole thing because I'm feeling kind of torn.
Okay.
It's not necessarily like, of course, like you were kind of saying earlier, like all Niner fans were super excited, and I definitely was. Like I had my moment of like running out of the house, but also like I've had a minute to kind of think about it, and I'm like, was the draft capital worth it? But then you also were talking about like TDP and Trey Sermon and like all the kind of past running back picks we've had. So I get where you're coming from. But like, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of like torn in multiple different directions. Also, just wanted to break some news to you. Ian Rappaport just tweeted, I don't know if you saw it, but he said if he plays Sunday in reference to Christian McCaffrey, which he will likely do, expect a red zone package, then he'll ramp up from there. So I presume he's likely going to play Sunday, which I was kind of shocked by too.
That's crazy. Man, I guess it's only, it's technically Friday. We're about to be Friday. Yeah. I mean, you're a running back. There's not really, I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
hey, if he plays, he plays. I'm not mad at it by any means. I'd be shocked if he did. So we'll see how it plays out.
I mean, there's a ton of storylines going into this game this weekend. So this is going to be huge, and this is just another like icing on top of the cake. And then the second point I kind of wanted to bring up was I'm kind of scared how Kyle Shanahan plans on using Christian McCaffrey because I mean, we look at what happened with Trey earlier this year, right? Look at what's happened with Elijah Mitchell last year and this year. I don't know. Like I really don't know how he's going to use Christian McCaffrey. I hope it's not like as bell cow like he was used in Carolina because, we saw the result of that. But he's going to have more flexibility, I guess, when Elijah Mitchell returns. He's going to have Jeff Wilson Jr., Christian McCaffrey. So it's going to be interesting, but I'm definitely torn in multiple different directions. So just kind of thinking about a lot of different things.
I'm going to look it up right now because I know a lot of people are worried about Christian McCaffrey and his injury history, quote unquote injury history. So this is his first 3 years. He didn't miss a single game. Then he had 2 years where after he was basically ran like crazy and caught 1 million passes. I mean, basically after he had 1,300, remember this, everybody, 1,387 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns, 1,005 receiving yards, and another 4 touchdowns. When he turned into the offense, then he started to break down a little bit. He missed, a majority of the next 2 seasons, but he's played all 6 games again this season. He's a pass catching machine, over 3,000 yards in his career receiving. I mean, the guy he's very, very versatile. I don't think the injury prone stuff should worry us as much as I think a lot of people are making this a big deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I really don't.
Yeah. I think I was just more worried about that because of Shanahan.
For sure. No,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I think that was where my concern sort of stems from. But like, I
That's
totally
fair.
get what you're saying. I mean, but yeah, I think this is going to be super interesting. I'm so excited for Sunday. I like cannot wait. I think it's going to be so much fun with the reunion and then this game and like Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey. Like, they
It's
might as
crazy.
well flex this to Sunday Night Football. Like, this is great.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Anush, I
All right.
appreciate you, brother.
Hey,
Have a good
thank
one.
you so much for having me on. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Crazy. Double B Studio, Schefter said CMC's dad plays for Mike Shanahan here. Abu Marcos says we can't beat the Bears, Broncos, and Falcons. Now with CMAC, we beat the Bills, Chiefs, and Eagles. I don't buy it. Draft is more important. Okay, that's fair. I think the draft's more important if you win in the draft. I think that's the key. If you, like I said, they've thrown away 3rd-round picks the last 2 years. Just gone. So unless TDP still turns into something, but they don't believe in them that much if they're willing to make this move. Double B Studio says this team is built on the run, not the quarterback. That's a very fair point. And then Jesus says Kyle must rotate between CMC, Elijah Mitchell. Yes, when he's healthy, keep this run game going. That's the big thing. Elijah Mitchell's been injured as well, so it's nice to have both of them that they can rotate through. I'm going to bring in my guy Mike. He says he needs 2 minutes. Give him his 2 minutes. What's up, brother?
I want on camera though.
Oh, okay. You want to be on camera.
Because they got to see this. They got to see this.
You wanted
Smile.
Christian McCaffrey.
You damn right. How can you not like getting the best playmaker in the entire NFL?
I mean, between Debo and CMC, you got 2 of the best clearly in the NFL.
He only
there's no doubt
averages
that.
about 75 catches a season, average. It's 390 catches over 6 seasons. With 2 seasons, he only played 10 games.
Yeah.
That's a
10
hell of a
total.
lot.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot. Yeah, he's the best playmaker in the league. Salary, being that they picking up the first 6 games of the season, is only about $800,000 this year, then 11.8, and then 12 million over the next 3 seasons after this season. We have.
Do they
He's
have an
locked up
out?
4 seasons.
Do me a favor and do the.
He does not have an out.
It doesn't have an out. Okay.
No, he doesn't have an out. We have
No,
an out.
he doesn't. But does the team?
Yes, he has no more guaranteed money besides this year, which is $800,000.
Okay.
Then he can be cut, traded. We eat nothing. It's strictly from that point on base salary is all he's guaranteed because Carolina picks up everything else. Because in this trade, there was nothing said about, Niners picking up cap or whatever. It's Carolina eats that signing bonus, and now he gets base salary only throughout the rest of his 3.5-year contract or whatever it is left now. So Trey Lance has him for 3 seasons. How do you not keep him at $11 million a year?
Yeah, I mean, with the salary cap going up, that's really not that big of a deal.
I mean, what are you going to keep Armstead, who can't get you two sacks a season since his one-hit wonder?
Well, and here's the thing, though, too, is that you really do have outs. I mean, after this season, they got basically a full out if they want. But if you keep him and decide to cut him after June 1st in any of those years,
why would you?
You're still going to save a bunch of money. So
why would you
it's not
cut
that big
him?
of a deal.
Why would you cut him?
No, I'm just saying if he gets injured or something crazy happens, you still have outs.
Let's just get rid of Debo. Let's get rid of everybody. Let's get rid of Trey Lance. That's what you're saying. Get rid of the superstar, because we don't want no more money. Just get rid of him. No, you keep him. It's $11 million's cheap.
Listen, I'm with you, Mike. What I'm saying is
Very
if he has a catastrophic injury, we're not on the hook to keep him really
The
in a
Dallas
year.
Cowboys are paying, what's his name, $16-17 million, and he sucks.
That's true.
We're going to pay
that's-
Christian McCaffrey $11 million, which is very cheap for a superstar running back. You said he's like
I'm
fourth
with it.
best. I don't think he's like fourth best. I think he's the number one fantasy player, period, which means pass catching, TDs, rushing, everything. He's an all-around superstar playmaker.
Yeah, I mean, as far as an overall back, I don't know if it gets any better than McCaffrey. I mean, Taylor's really good. Chubb's really good. Henry's really good. Barkley's really good. But are any of those guys
Who do you
healthier
draft
than
in
him
fantasy
lately?
first?
Do what?
Which running back do you draft in fantasy first? You got the first pick, but your pick has to be a running back. Who do you pick first?
Oh, Taylor. I'm taking Jonathan Taylor.
Do you know who leads in fantasy?
That's because Jonathan Taylor's hurt.
Who
Don't
leads
do
in
this
fantasy
fantasy
year
crap
in,
with
year
me,
out?
Mike.
Who leads in fantasy year in, year out? Christian McCaffrey does.
When he's healthy, yes.
You don't lead in fantasy if you ain't the number one running back. Smile, be happy. Oh, by the way,
That's so funny.
where the hell's your jersey?
It's a what's
Where the hell's your jersey?
I don't got it, but look at all these signatures
I
behind
don't want
me.
to see that number 7 jersey or that
Look at all these
19 jersey.
look at
Where's
this.
number 5 jersey?
I got a Joe Montana signed helmet, a George
Hey,
Kittle.
Do you need to spend
Ronnie
some of that
Lott.
money? Do I need to talk to what's his name
Brad?
to see if you can spend some of that money y'all making on the show to get you a jersey?
I got a jersey. I'm not a jersey guy though. I don't rock jerseys.
Rock a jersey. I want to see it.
I'm gonna get a CMC jersey. All right, Mike. You have a good
No,
night, brother.
number 5 too. But hey,
All right,
last
man.
thing is, it's going to
Yeah.
help Trey Lance. It's going to help Trey Lance tremendously come next season, having that guy in the backfield running. And there's no more excuse for our head coach. It's shit or get off the pot now.
Here's what I'll say is it's a multi-year play. Everybody's looking at it for just this year, but Trey Lance is coming back. It's with Trey Lance too. Like this is not a 1-year thing. This is a few-year thing. So
He
you're
cannot
getting more
say
weapons.
he doesn't have a running back that fits his style anymore.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is the number one running back for Kyle Shanahan's style.
Yep.
No
1,000%.
excuse.
1,000%. Good
Later.
call, Mike. We'll talk later, bro. All right. That's one person that's super excited. Okay, we saw that one. 5th rounders are our jam. Should have traded 2-2s. Oh my gosh, that's actually probably pretty true. We probably shouldn't have gotten that 5th is really what we should be messed up on. Kyle is all in this year like he's leaving. We'll see. I agree with Mike though. There's no more excuses. No doubt about it. What's up, Korean 49er? Coach, I'm coming to you next.
What's going on, Jesse?
What's up, brother? How you feeling?
I just got the news across the ticker, so I'm trying to process it. So,
Okay.
I mean, technically I should be asleep since I still have to work tomorrow, but it is what it is. At least Kyle's not going to waste the pick on a running back next year round that we'll all have to give him shit over.
There is that. I will get. Actually, I won't guarantee you because they actually have compensatory picks. So he might draft another running back in the 3rd round next year. We'll see.
That's true. I forgot about the compensatory pick. So right now, I see. My only question is how is Kyle going to? I'm going to use all these playmakers because right now with the current ones we have, he can't find a way to get them the ball, or at least the quarterback we currently have can't get them the ball that often.
I think the biggest thing is if the running game opens up and Christian McCaffrey can do that along with Elijah Mitchell coming back after the bye week, all of a sudden the offense is wide open. And Jimmy Garoppolo wins in the short game. You now have so many options to spread the field horizontally and win in the short game. Sure-handed player like Christian McCaffrey. Like I said, if you just wanted to turn him into a slot receiver, he would be a top tier slot receiver in this league, and he can run the ball, or you can just be a run. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this guy. Him and Debo in the backfield, him and Elijah Mitchell in the backfield. There's endless possibilities. There really is endless possibilities.
That's a good point. Mike did make a great point of either Kyle needs to get it done or he needs to get the hell out. Because
If the offense continues to be this bad and can't score in second halves, there's just no excuses. There's no excuses at all. None.
Yeah. I do have to give John Lynch credit for being aggressive and making the deal. I mean,
For sure.
we complain about him missing out on Matt Stafford, but they were aggressive in getting Christian McCaffrey. So,
Well, and here's the other thing too. This is a bit of a blessing in disguise. So even if Christian McCaffrey does play this weekend, it won't be a ton. He's not acclimated to the team. There's a lot that has to happen. So he's going to get essentially almost a rest game. Then they play the Rams. Then they go into a bye week. So they're going to be able to get acclimated to him really quickly with that bye week coming up. And he gets essentially 2 rest weeks, which keeps him healthy. So the timing is really, really good for the 49ers, in my opinion.
yeah, that does make sense. So, well, my only other thing is his salary, but with, just paying a salary this year, nothing else being guaranteed. I can kind of see it being it's not a bad shot in the dark. May as well at least try to go for it when the conference is down. Never know what's going to happen. So,
Absolutely.
all right.
Hey, Raul says Jimmy throwing 8 passes a game. That would be ideal. We'll take that. That means the 49ers are winning a lot. So if he's throwing 8 passes, we're doing it. Korean 49er, I appreciate you as always, brother. You have a great night, and go 49ers.
Thank you, Jesse.
Later. All right. I'm very curious to see what Coach Johnson thinks on this one. What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good. What are your initial thoughts on this whole thing, man?
Well, I didn't really, I wasn't like, I didn't really want Christian McCaffrey just because of the, not that he would be in, he does have an injury history, but like, I feel like any back that they got would just get injured, right? Like, because that's just this is how the Niners go through them. They just go through them.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, and I think you and Grant talked about it, right? It's like, if you're going to get an offensive weapon, it's got to be a back, right? Because like you already have offensive weapons the receiver, be it to receivers, tight ends, you can't get the ball to them, right? So like if you got another weapon out there, you would just be a guy that would be underutilized. So it had to be a back. With Christian, I think it's like the way I'm thinking about it, it essentially gives them 2 Debos, right? I mean, because now you've got a guy that's a running back that you can split out, and you got a guy that's a receiver that you can put in the backfield. So you've got 2 of those guys, right? So now I always talk about as a coach is like you want to try to have if you have an idea for a position or versatility or what you want to do at a position, you want to be able to have a backup for that. Like can you replicate that? So if X player gets hurt, can you insert another player with that same skill set that you can then? So let's just say an example: if one of these players does get hurt, you can just insert the other into the role, and your game plan doesn't just go out the window. So I think that's an added bonus to this move. And
that's why I was so big on getting Cordero Patterson the last 2 off seasons for that exact same reason. So, but you basically got Patterson on steroids in a younger version. So I'm fine with it.
And now you've got 2 of these guys, and Kyle loves to mess around with defenses with personnel grouping. So he's gonna have these 2 guys on the field. He's gonna put one in the backfield, split them out, put both in the backfield, split both of them out. So he's really gonna toy around with, and I think that's what you're gonna see. Not necessarily right away. You might not see that on Sunday, but I think that's what you're gonna see. And I wouldn't understate like some of the relationships that. Obviously, there's a relationship with the McCaffrey family and the Shanahan family. I think that played a big role. That's one of the things I thought of that might lead to the McCaffrey trade. And the other relationship is Lynch at Stanford.
Yes.
I think that probably played a role as well. I mean, this isn't the first Stanford guy that he's went out and got. So I think those are two big things to look at. And then as far as the draft picks, I mean, like you knew they're gonna take a running back with a second or third round anyway. So it's like you know.
Walsh used to draft quarterback every year, and Shanahan's like, "No,
Yeah,
we're
he's like,
drafting running back every year.
We're drafting running backs every. We're not going to use them. We're just gonna put them. We're not going to use them. We're just going to put them. We're just going to put them inactive, and then we'll cut them next year.
Yeah, 1,000%. Man, this is crazy. I cannot. I was about to go to bed, and
I was just like browsing Twitter, like I was just like winding down here, like and just chilling, and then all of a sudden, like I saw the Schefter tweet, and then I had to like do a double take
because
I thought it was
like always do it. Yeah,
I thought it was like, am I looking at this or am I looking at the Chef Burger account? Like, like which one? So I had to like Google and then check everything, and yeah, it's kind of wild. I was surprised. I kind of thought the Rams would probably end up getting him. But it's I just thought about this. Like if the Rams did get him, would they have had like the first like white running back, white quarterback, white receiver since like 1950 like one like would that have been like
I didn't even think about that. That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Like the Rams would be looking like, I don't know, like Division 3, like South Dakota, like
South Dakota Technical Institute.
Yeah. That'd have been wild. That'd have been the one like interesting thing that would have came out of that.
That's too funny. All right, bro.
All right,
I think that's a perfect way to end it. I'll talk to you later.
DeVry. He said, BNM Music said DeVry. later.
Later. Oh, that's too funny. 559er with the ultimate conspiracy theory. Harbaugh's returning, and guess what? He coached at Stanford. We know a little bit about that. How does this impact us being able to sign guys like Bosa, Ward, Ayuk? Ward, probably. Bosa, here's the thing. The 49ers are absolutely under no circumstances making any move that hinders them from keeping a cornerstone franchise piece on defense. They know what they're doing. They've got the money. They can push it around. They can do what they need to do. Plus, the salary cap is going way up. So they will be able to keep Bosa and Ayuk. I wouldn't worry about those things. That being said, we're going to go to Melissa, official BNA Music, Aaron, George, Jared, and Jaguayo. All right, let's do this. What's up, Melissa?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling really good. How are you feeling about this trade?
I got something in the mail this week, which is the first thing that's probably been anything good in my life this past week because I got really sick. I actually wanted to show it to you on camera, but
I can see you still. Oh, that's sick. Did Get 'em Boy do that? Who did that one?
This is from Dabbing It All Day. It's from Robert.
Dabbing All Day. Okay. Yeah.
He made this like 4 different things. One was a single Silverback edit. One was a single Ronnie Lott edit. And then he made 2 big group shots. So this one is special because it's got Debo, it's got Brandon, it's got George, it's got Trent, it's got Bosa, it's got Warner, and it's got Trey.
That's filthy. But now he needs to add
the
CMC.
cool thing. And the cool thing about this one is it's probably the last one that he ever made with the actual SF logo because he had to trade out the SF logos for the FG logo, which is his logo, because he has to worry about trademarking and being sued and stuff.
1,000%. Yep.
So the very fact that it's got all the yaks, 2 of my favorite players on defense, and it's got Trent and Trey, it just after my blood sugar went down, it really picked me up, and it came in the mail like 2 days ago, and it got sent back to California like 2 weeks ago,
Oh,
and then it had to come back
'cause
out to
I
Jersey.
gotcha. Yeah.
So like, and then I wake up and I'm looking at this photo again because I'm like, God, I can't sleep. And then I see your thing on YouTube and it says Christian McCaffrey to the Niners. I'm like, there's no way I'm not coming on this show and not celebrating with Jesse.
Yeah, this is dope. You're pretty excited about this, right?
I'm insanely excited about this. I mean, everyone's talking about how we should have made a trade for Kareem Hunt or Saquon Barkley or
Right.
one of these other cornerback running backs, and it's just like, this finally makes sense to me. You know, like, we're running Debo into the ground, we're running Elijah into the ground. There's something hinky going on with Jordan Mason, and we all want to see him, and it keeps not happening. You brought in Mac didn't work out, and it's just like, this, if it works out, is that fresh breath air that you need. You need that guy that'll finally be versatile enough where it can make a Jawan Jennings and Brandon Ayuk, a George Kittle, or something that brings a spark to your offense. So it's 4 picks, but I've been saying for years, our early picks are not our best picks. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping. I can't hear you. You're muted. Jesse, I can't hear you.
Okay. Am I back?
Yes.
Okay. Gosh. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you said something. Well, I saw
like,
official B&A Music pointing down, and he's got his guitar. I'm like, oh, what does he want to play his guitar? Like, what's going on? But what I was gonna say is, I think we should be excited. Whether you are optimistic about this, you're pessimistic about this, whatever your thought process is, like I said, I guarantee as soon as you pulled up your phone and you saw that this trade went down, you got excited. Now, you may not be as excited after the picks, whatever, but this brings excitement. No matter how you slice it, it gives you new lease on the season.
I'm sick of seeing all these players show out for the Niners and then the offense being pigeonholed and holding back the team on defense. Like, I'm sick of seeing the Patrick Willises, the Navarro Bowmans, the Justin Smiths, the Fred Warners, the Nick Bosas, all of them getting close, and then offense is just shut down because of the quarterback and the offense being stale. And if this could even just help them finally break through, like, the chance is worth it. You know, you have the Cardinals going for DeAndre Hopkins. You have the Rams trading everything for the Von Millers and the Odell Beckhams. Like, eventually you need to stop going and taking a shot on the Trace Sermons and the Ambry Thomases and the picks that you keep hoping that'll work out and then never really do. So, and it's not like Christian is a knucklehead off the field. Like, he's a good guy.
For sure. And that plays into it. It definitely plays into it. You don't give up that kind of capital for somebody that's not a good player off the field just as much as they are on the field. Melissa, I got to get to the next one. I got a bunch of people lined up. It's 12:20 a.m. here.
Can I come on real quick just to show this, like, on camera?
Yeah,
to everybody.
Sure. It is pretty sick. That's definitely something we got to see.
So this is my picture. I don't know if everyone can see this.
Okay,
or
so
not.
Trey, I see it. Yeah. We got Trey. We got Debo up in the upper left. Fred Warner.
I love that it's Brandon with the leap over here from his rookie year.
Yeah, that's filthy.
So yeah,
that's
hit
dope.
up.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see it.
Day.
I see Ayuk now. Yeah. He's leaping over everybody.
Yeah, the other one he made had a Talanoa shoved in, and it kind of like blocked Ayuk and Warner, but yeah. So
he pulled it
I
out.
got so excited. I had to come on. And
that's
celebrate
clean
with
too.
you.
That print is clean. It looks like an actual Polaroid. That's sick.
Yeah, he prints them out. He does all the original artwork himself.
Prints
and then
it.
he uses it, and and he makes like old school guys, new school guys, and now he's doing like these big group shots. The sad thing though is now everything's gonna have the FG because he has to protect himself. But
He has to. I'm surprised he got away with it as long as he did. But he does really good work. He's a really good graphic designer.
and he makes thermoses, the shirts, the sweaters, all the other stuff. So I'm so glad I can celebrate this with you because you are an amazing person, and this is
Thank you, Melissa.
One of the coolest things that's happened to our team in a really long time. So
now don't go on Twitter because I'm sure there's going to be negative.
Oh.
So get away from it.
I've been sick for the last week. I kid you not. So I've been staying away from Twitter. But this is right up there with the Trent Williams trade and everything else, and the Trey Lance trade. So
it's huge.
The very fact that I can celebrate this with somebody, this is just wonderful. So thank you.
And we got a whole chat to celebrate it with. Melissa, you have a good one, okay?
You too. Bye.
All right, later. All right, we're going to go. Actually, I want to answer this. Ron says, shouldn't we have prioritized cornerback instead of running back? Also, isn't this Kyle admitting he missed on TDP and Sermon? Well, I mean, let's be clear. We know he already admitted he missed on Sermon. Sermon's not on this team. It might be admitting that he missed on TDP. The fact that TDP hasn't played worth a lick or hasn't played at all, I mean, that's kind of an indictment itself. But as far as cornerback, it depends what's out there, what's available. And if Ward is healthy and Verrett is 90% of the player that he was over the last couple years, they've got the corners. So they need offense. They do need offense. I'll give them that. All right, we're going to go to official B&A music. What's up, man?
Yo, put me on camera.
All right, I got you. All right, there we go. Got you. That's sick, bro.
That's for Tanya. She wanted to see me play earlier, so I threw that for her.
That's sick. I love you in that group chat. You're so funny, man. I gotta say, you crack me up in that group chat. You are pettier than me, and I love it.
Hey, I got a gift, man.
What's up, man? I didn't even go on Twitter. What is everybody saying? What's the consensus? Just what are the overall thoughts, man? How you feeling? Like, fill me in.
From what I've seen, just a lot of excitement, just as far as the possibilities of what could be. For me, I'm already thinking about what next year will look like. And one thing I would like to see going into next year, you won't see it this year because of who the quarterback is, but we should be as multiple as we were in that Jacksonville game last year, where you had Elijah Mitchell lined up as wide receiver 1, Kittle's at fullback and stuff. Remember that goal line play with the single back, but everybody was in completely different spots.
Yeah,
Jacksonville was confused. Now, then it was probably focus on Debo, and that's how Elijah Mitchell got open, even though Jimmy missed him. But imagine that with CMC. It will be mass confusion. And Kyle will be able to do the things that he wants to do, which is cause mass confusion pre-snap. It's kind of hard to do that now when it's like there's only really one guy you're focusing on getting in mismatches and stuff. Where, as far as this year, I like to see Juice used more, especially going to this game and next year especially. But we have guys that have multiple talents that need to be used. Like you have guys that, Debo's not the only person that can catch a sweep. I remember when Kittle used to run sweeps back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think that tight end sweep was one of the, like a very genius play. And I'm surprised we don't call it much anymore often, especially around the goal line. I think with CMC, as far as this year and next year, Kyle just needs to open up that side of the playbook where he's moving guys in different spots. And I think what helped out CMC as far as like his injury history, where it's like, you don't have to pound in between the tackles so much. He can split carries with our real running backs, and you can actually line him up as a wide receiver. That can probably extend his career. I thought, we would get guys like Le'Veon Bell or him, years back, where you can use guys like that, where if they weren't a running back, they can be a slot receiver for the rest of their career and play longer than, the a normal running back shelf life.
1000%. And as you were talking, I was kind of thinking through like what it would look like. Imagine you have Kittle, Ayuk, Gray, Jennings, whoever, and then right next to the quarterback, you got CMC on one side, Debo on the other, and they're both going out on routes. You're gonna one of them has to get guarded by a linebacker and or picked up by the linebacker, and it is not going to go well for that linebacker 99% of the time. That's
and
crazy.
If you think you want to come out there and you're in like your nickel or your dime, you just got nothing but a bunch of like 6 DBs out there. Just hand the ball off. Good luck tackling both.
And you can hand it to either.
Yeah, you just look at like, oh, I see a bunch of guys out here with number 20 and 5 and 30 something. Hand off.
Yep.
Easy.
Yeah,
like,
1000%. 1000%.
Definitely, like there should be no excuse going to next year. We run Trey Lance into the ground. There's no excuse. We have 2 guys that you can just hand the ball off to at least 10 times a piece, where it should be no issue. Like there should be none of that. Oh, we're gonna run you up the gut 16 times because I had all summer to figure out. Oh, what passing concepts do you know?
Yeah,
like,
you're 1000% right about that. And again, I know that everybody's looking at it going, man, we gave up so much, and this year, and it's not just F them picks, and also it's not a 1-year play. We got him for multiple years. This is Christian McCaffrey is not old. He actually doesn't have a lot of wear and tear because he sat out a majority of the last 2 years. This is again, not my favorite move they could have made, but I'm not mad at it. I'm really not mad at it.
Yeah, like I've hoped for Christian McCaffrey since he was at Stanford. I was always a fan of his. I was a big fan of his dad back in the day. His dad, when he was with the Broncos and stuff. I just remember him having massive arms and stuff. I was like, this dude's strong as shit. Who check it out?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, bro. I got to let you go. I got to get to the next one.
All right, man. See you in the chat.
Later. That dude is so funny. Oh my gosh. He's the one that posted the viral video that that Kyle Shanahan got asked about where Jimmy says these plays suck. That was him. He's the one that posted those. So shout out to B&A Music. Lions Mania wants to know what happens to Elijah Mitchell now. What do you do with him? It's just another piece of the puzzle, man. And Elijah Mitchell had trouble staying healthy. You add him back in, you can split carries between him and Christian McCaffrey. This is a really, really good thing to keep not only Elijah healthy, but Christian McCaffrey healthy as well. I'm telling you, Edgardo, I'm feeling the same way. Trey Lance with these guys is going to be lethal. We got to hope that he will restructure with Bosa and other key. Here's the thing. He may or may not, but the 49ers absolutely have a plan in place. When you make a trade like this, they are not going to forego Bosa. That is not going to happen. I promise you that. Bosa's not going anywhere. 49ers are good. They absolutely can't afford him. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'm going to go to George, then Aaron, because George was in way earlier and his audio was messed up, so we're going to try it again. What's up, George? No, it's not. It's the same thing. It's the cutting in and out.
And I'll just check next week.
All right, bro. All right, bro. Damn, what a shame, man. All right, we'll go to Aaron, Jaguayo, and then Jared. What's up, Aaron?
Hey, what's up, man? First time calling in this show. It's been a minute since I've called in the Grant Cohn show or anything. I gotta ask because you mentioned it earlier. Where are you from? Are you on the East Coast as well?
Yeah, I'm in Tampa, bro.
Sorry, I'm still getting familiar with the show. I'm up in Ohio, so it's
no, it's fine. Yeah, it's
zone.
fine. No, I'm in Tampa, so it's 12:30 in the morning here.
Yeah, it's 12:30 up here in Ohio as well. Some might call me crazy for still being up, but I got very wide-eyed when I looked at my Twitter and saw Ian Rappaport said the Niners got CMC, and I'm coming on here to be as optimistic as I usually am about the Niners and whatnot, and be like, Jimmy just got his new favorite weapon Because what's better than having one Debo Samuel on your offense? Having two. Because
Yeah.
they can.
Brian Burns went to the Eagles. Oh,
It
did not happen. Please tell me that didn't happen.
Don't tell me the Panthers are just cleaning house.
Meliano just said that Eagles got Burns. I don't know. I haven't seen that one. That's crazy. Wow. If he did though.
Oh
dang,
man,
that would make Philly.
That makes Philly
scary.
even more scary. But
yeah,
I gotta say, like Jimmy, I feel like his stats are going to be so much more padded this season now that he's got McCaffrey. I think that's going to be like his new favorite check down. And just with how seeing how Christian McCaffrey's been with the Panthers and whatnot, that man is deadly when you throw him the ball. He can run it. I just think this offense might hopefully jumpstart into something like really good. And I'm excited to see him. I hope he stays healthy. That's the one thing I'm concerned about. But him, Debo, Kittle, Ayuk, like there's too many weapons on that offense for Jimmy not to mess up and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing, right? If this offense continues to struggle with Christian McCaffrey inserted in, there's a systemic problem with this offense. We're going to find out really quick. I cannot confirm the Brian Burns thing. So I heard that was a rumor. I did hear that around 24 hours ago, but I don't know if it's fully happened. Maybe it has, but I'm unable to confirm it. I hope they don't get Brian Burns.
Panthers are just cleaning house apparently.
Yeah, I think if that happens, they are. Yes.
I think this year Christian McCaffrey, once he starts playing, he's going to boost Jimmy's touchdown total from 20 to a solid 22 touchdowns. Solid 22. I say that as I own an expensive Color Rush Jimmy Garoppolo jersey I bought 2 years back in my closet that I'm kind of not proud about, but I'm happy this will hopefully
rock
make
that thing. Rock it. You know
I will.
I've got Jimmy Garoppolo socks and I rocked them. I rocked them in the NFC Championship and I rocked them to work out in. So, you know.
It was 2020, right after we got out of the Super Bowl. I went into a mall over here in Cincinnati, Ohio, to be exact.
Yeah.
Bengals territory, which is already a touchy subject if you're a Niners fan. And I walked into a Reebok and they had jerseys, or not even a Reebok, just a sports store, and they had jerseys and they had a Color Rush Jimmy G. And I was like, no way, there's never 49ers gear here. I want it. And I grabbed it. And then 2020 happened. And then we got Trey Lance. And I just look over at my jersey and I'm like, this is about to become irrelevant. And it was very expensive. So.
Yeah, that definitely happened. It's all right though. It's funny because I try to get signatures of the 49ers quarterbacks and hoping that they pan out. I never got a Garoppolo one. I liked Garoppolo when he came in. I had a lot of hope for him, but I kind of held back. I wasn't quite sure. And after 2019, not even after 2019, like mid-season when they played Seattle in that overtime game, I knew that he wasn't it, or I had a feeling he wasn't it, and I'm glad I didn't get that signature.
I was on the hype train up until it's hard for me not to root for the guy with how much he meant to me as a Niners fan. Like, you know, he kind of gave us a spark when we first got him. So it's hard for me not to root for him, but it's also hard for me to not realize that like he can't throw deep. He's a game manager at best. He can get you far in the playoffs, but he's not the Mahomes or Allen. But it's like, that's why I'm excited we got McCaffrey, because that's probably going to make his life easier and help make him look better in a way. But I'm still on the Lance team. You know, I want to see Trey Lance succeed. I think he's going to give us a higher ceiling. But I'm happy at least Garoppolo this year's got another little check down buddy for him for his Jimmy gimmies.
Yeah, it's perfect for him, but it's also perfect for Lance. I just think.
Oh yeah.
Anytime you can insert a weapon like this into an offense, it's always a good thing. It's
it
always
is
a good thing. So
I'm excited and I'm eager to see what they can do with him with Lance. But I'm just eager to see him on the field as soon as possible now.
I can't wait, man. It sounds like Christian McCaffrey's in a play. We won't see Lance on the field for a while. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
But Christian McCaffrey sounds like is going to get some run potentially on Sunday, which is surprising to me. But either way, we're going to see a full deployment. against those
we could
Rams.
use
I
him.
can't wait for that.
We could use him in any capacity against the Chiefs. Anything that could help.
Hell, even as
Jimmy
a
Ward-
decoy.
Jimmy Ward is going into that game with one hand, and we're still using him.
That's whatever you can do. Aaron, hey, call in anytime, man. That was a great call.
For sure, man. Yeah. Have a great rest of your night, man.
All right, brother. You too. Later. Oh, man. I'm ready for next year already. Let's go. I know, man. I cannot wait. Yeah, it doesn't look like Burns got traded. I appreciate y'all. Sunil, I saw you say it in the chat as well. Gary says, your thoughts on Debo's value after the trade? I mean, it can only help free him up. You can't, like I said, if you line up Christian McCaffrey and Debo in the backfield at the same time, you can't key in on either of those guys. It's a disaster. This is a matchup nightmare, an absolute matchup nightmare for every team across the league. It's absolutely insane. So, yeah, this is big. All right, Jaguayo, the second time talking to you tonight, and then we're gonna go to Jared, and I think we're gonna probably wrap it up there. It's almost 1 a.m. for me. I gotta be up hella early too, 6 a.m. for the kids, but I do it for y'all. I love y'all. What's up, man?
First of all, thanks for working some overtime, man.
I had to.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, everything is a positive, especially when I saw McCaffrey this past week against the Rams. He played great. So I can already imagine once he gets really, really involved with and learns our system, there's nothing bad about it. This is good. And the other question I had, even though we gave up a second, a third, a fourth, and then a fifth for the following year, do we get a couple, one or two comp picks this coming thing, or do you think they gave us that comp pick to them?
No, we still have comp picks because first of all, when Jimmy goes to a new team, most likely they'll get a comp pick for him. And then I believe they still have some carryovers from certain coaches being hired. I think they get something for McDaniel next year. So they should still have comp picks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that kind of offsets what we gave up. But I mean, this is just shows me that that the Niners are not just sitting back. They're being aggressive. They want to win now, and they're doing whatever it takes. And to me, as a fan, that just makes me feel really, really good about John Lynch and Shanahan and what they're trying to do. And they recognized a need, and they addressed it. And they're saying we're going to do whatever it takes. And so that makes me feel really, really good, Jesse. So that's it. I'm gonna let you go because I know it's late over there, but I just wanted to get on here and just tell you, that I'm really, really happy, man. I'm happy. So
yeah, I think that's where we should be with this, man.
You have yourself a good evening. Thanks a lot for putting in the overtime. Appreciate it, and you take care. Okay,
all right, brother. You too. Hey, twice. We got to talk twice tonight. You have a good one, man.
There you go. But it was a good one. It was a good one.
Absolutely.
Deuces.
Later, bro.
Okay, bye.
All right. Shifty 49ers says Shanahan dreaming up of formations and personnel packages with CMC. I pray that he's not doing it on the plane the way that he did with Trey Lance, because I don't know what the hell he was drawing up a year ago or a year and a half ago when he was looking at Trey Lance. I hope he's not dreaming up of those same plays because that was atrocious. What's up, Jared?
Hey, I think that this shows everybody what their plans are with Jimmy this year to move on at the end of the year. That's why they drafted Lance as high as they did, so they could have the money to bring on the Christian McCaffreys and pay Debo and pay Bosa and not pay a quarterback $40 million. And this is the talent you bring in when you avoid, paying your quarterback the top 15 salary. And
that's a great point. No, listen, that's a great point by you because if Jimmy plays great this year, let's say he balls out, they go super far, Jimmy's going to get paid 25, 30 million, or is going to want that anyways. We'll see what he gets paid, but He's going to want a big contract again, and the 49ers certainly aren't going to be able to afford that. We've got people in the chat asking, does signing CMC or trading for CMC impact Bosa? No, it doesn't, but bringing back Jimmy G would. So, yeah, I think that's a great point by you.
And then the people worried about the draft capital, they've got third-round picks from Sala, McDaniel, Martin Mayhew. D'Amico is another minority candidate. That's another third-round pick, a compensatory pick for Jimmy. So they're basically trading compensatory picks and a second for this. He's going to be the second most talented player on that offense now, just based on his career behind Trent.
He for sure
has accomplished more than Debo, than Kittle. He's going to have the best hands on the team. Imagine when you're the defensive coordinator and you're trying to send in your defense based on who's in the huddle, and you've got Juice, McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle. What do you send on the field there? You could come out in 5 wide. You could come out in a heavier formation, everybody tucked into the line. You could, and especially once Lance gets back. I mean, it's to me, there's nothing but positives here. And I get people worried about him being injury prone, but it's been kind of 2 soft tissue injuries. It's not been anything, like you said, from a lot of wear and tear or anything else. He's always been a smart back that avoids big contact. He gets out of bounds. He gets down. He doesn't do the Debos and the Kittles where he takes on 3 defenders to end the play. And he instantly gives us, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 3. You've got a guy that can run a Texas route, a quick out route, a quick curl, catch the ball and get down to keep drives alive. I mean, it's a huge add-on to the offense. And then when you get Mitchell back, you throw him in the slot some. You throw him, just wherever it makes sense. You leave him in the backfield with Mitchell. And it keeps Mitchell fresh. It keeps McCaffrey fresh. It keeps Debo fresh. It keeps Kittle fresh. And you just hope that, that Garoppolo can get it around to everybody. But I thought Jimmy played really well the last, 3 games in a row. That Panthers game I don't think was on him. So if he keeps trending up and we keep adding weapons and get, Trent back and McGlinchey back and everybody else, then this team can be very dangerous by the end of the year.
Hell yeah, it can be. I agree with you. Hey, I'm picking up a lot of static from your headphones or mic or whatever you're talking on, so I'm gonna let you go, Jared. But feel free to call in anytime, brother. I appreciate you. That was a great call. Oh, now I'm getting feedback.
All right. Hey, thanks, man. I took them out just to make sure you could hear, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate it, Jared. Call in anytime, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks, man. Have
All
a
right.
good night.
You too. That was a good call, and he made some really, really good points there. Again, here's what I'm hearing from the concern side. We gave up too many picks. He's injury prone. He's too expensive. I don't think he is injury prone. Sunil and I talked about this on Tuesday. His first 3 seasons, he never missed a game. Well, yeah, after he had a 1,387-yard rushing season with 15 touchdowns, 1,005 receiving yards on 116 catches, and another 4 touchdowns, he broke down a little bit for a season or 2. But he's played all 6 games again this season. He's still only 26 years old. So you have 2 injuries. You miss a little bit of time for sure. But when you go 3 seasons without missing a game, and then now in season 6, you're not missing any games, I don't think that's injury prone. I think that's more bad luck. That's just my opinion. Now, I'm not saying he can't get injured. This is football. Anything can happen. But I don't think they're trading for an injury prone, broken player. That's not what I see. And when I watched that game against the Panthers, I thought Christian McCaffrey looked really, really good still. And they're getting an absolute weapon. Now, let's talk about the money for a second. They have an out after this year, which you're not going to use because you just traded a lot to go get this kid. You're not going to use that. That being said, if something crazy happened with Christian McCaffrey, they have an out every single year. If they wait till post-June and cut him, they would only have $7 million in dead cap, $7.5 million in dead cap, which you spread out over the 2 years anyways. So that's not that big of a deal. You would save $12 million. So if something catastrophic happened, you have those outs. Then you get to pair him up with the Trey Lance, which helps ease him in without having to run him into the ground. I think some of that goes into this thinking as well. It helps your offense immediately. It helps Elijah Mitchell stay fresh. I just think that this is a win all the way around. When you look at the picks they gave up, yes, it can seem like a lot. But again, they've spent third-round picks 2 years in a row on running backs. Sermon's not even on this team anymore. TDP hasn't gotten any burn whatsoever. Is he any good? Did they waste that pick? So third-round picks, you've been flushing down the toilet as is. Fourth-round picks are crapshoots. Now, their second-round picks, I think they've been pretty good. You're foregoing guys like a Banks or a Jackson, but you're getting a bona fide superstar in this league to do so. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. You start adding in the compensatory picks that they are getting from these coaches being hired, players going to other teams. They're going to be fine. And let's not forget, after next year, they got a full deck of picks back again. They get that Trey Lance. The first round picks are done being spent, so they got their first round pick. They got their second, their third, plus any compensatory they have. This is really not a lot when you consider everything all in. Sure, there is some risk. There's inherent risk here. There's no doubt about that. There always is. You never know how things are going to pan out. But I can tell you this. Every 49er fan, it seemed like, wanted the 49ers to go all in. They were frustrated with the way that the offseason played out. I think most people probably didn't realize how good Charvarius Ward was going to be, how good the defense could be with everybody healthy, but everybody wanted an all-in approach with the San Francisco 49ers. Well, now they've done it. And this is something that I talked about in the offseason, is you don't have to go all in during the offseason. An all-in approach can happen mid-season, much like it did with Emmanuel Sanders in 2019. This is a much bigger move than that. Certainly, Christian McCaffrey is a whole different ballgame, but it's not a one-year play either like the Emmanuel Sanders play was. This is an all-in move not only for this year, but for next year and probably the year after that. I have no issue with it. We'll see how it plays out. It looks like we're going to get our first look of Christian McCaffrey this Sunday. We'll see how much he actually plays. But the next Sunday, we're going to get a full deployment against the Rams, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Where's my mods at? Why aren't you guys blocking these adult chats? Where are you guys at? Michael Everett, great news on a Friday afternoon. Hey, for you, it's a Friday afternoon. Yes, it is great news. It absolutely is great news. I appreciate y'all. Stay blessed. I did not expect to stream twice tonight. This is my third stream of the night. I'm exhausted. I'm sure somebody else is streaming. If I knew who was, I'd point you in their direction. But go show some love to another creator. And when you get there, tell them that Last Second Sports sent you. Love y'all. Have a great night. Peace.